Well, hello everyone. In this lesson we are going to be drawing a baseball player. And here's a quick sketch that I did for you. He's going to be a batter and we're going to take it nice and slow. There are going to be some challenging parts, but I hope that by taking it slow they will become less difficult. So the first thing we're going to do is start at the top of our page and we're going to make a shape, something like this, something like a, I don't know, part of a C shape. And then we're going to make a line out. And then this line is going to come back on a diagonal. And from here, I'm going to come back, but this doesn't touch anything yet. Now I'm going to make his face, and I want to line it up from here because he's got this hat on, so line down, and this is his chin and his jawline. And if there's something that you're not happy with, you know, there is no problem going back and fixing it up. Now back here is where the back of his neck would be, so that's just going to be a curved line like that. Now I'm going to I'm going to come right here. I'm going to add his ear and then connect this line, and then this is just the line of his visor. Alright, now I'm going to start about here. There's my little mark to show you where I'm starting. And I'm making the part of his shoulder and then his bicep coming right around here, or his, actually not bicep, his tricep, coming around here. And I'm going to come right about here to make the rest of his shirt sleeve. Come down. And I'm going to come back to this later to add a little bit more detail to it. Now underneath here, I'm just going to make a line out because this part is his elbow and this is his forearm. So we're going to make this forearm come all the way up here. And then this is going to follow it up there. Alright, so we have one of his arms started. Now hands can always be a challenge. So for this picture at this point, we're going to kind of not worry too much about the fingers. So I'm going to come up, and this hand's going to be holding a bat. So I'm just going to curve this here. Now I know it looks funny, so don't worry, we can go back and add a little bit more detail after. Alright, let's worry about the other arm now. So we're going to come back to the neck, the top of his shoulder, and then come around. And we don't see the whole thing. So I'm going to come right about here on his other arm and make a line down, because in a little line here, this is his shirt. And from under here, I'm going to come here. Oops, I forgot to add his, so we're just going to make this line out for now. Now I'm going to add his, in this hand, I'm going to add the end of the baseball bat. So I'm just going to make 2 lines down and then bring that around. Alright, so now I can finish this arm because this is going to come here. And I'm going to add another part of his arm here. I know it looks funny. Alright, so now I'm going to make this, here's this side of the bat, this come up. And I've run out of room, so I bet you have too, but if you haven't, you can finish the rest of the bat. And I'm going to make his thumb here, and I can go and erase. And then I'm just going to make a line, and then I do the top part of his fingers, and then erase. So like I said, this is probably the most challenging part right in here. Now I'm going to come back over here, finish the rest of his body. So it's on a diagonal. And you can see I made kind of a wavy line because his shirt is going to be wrinkly. And start here and the rest of his shirt. And then I'm just going to connect it with a curved line. And already, hopefully you can start to see the movement in his body. I'm going to come back up here and make a V. And with that V, I'm going to make a line that comes down his shirt like that. So you can see how his body is on an angle. And I'm going to come back here and repeat that line down and come over here like that. So a little bit of a detail early on here. All right, now let's make a little line down, line over here. This is the belt. And now I'm going to make these are his muscles of his leg. Okay. And then I'm going to finish that. That's the lower part of his leg, his calf muscle. I'm just going to round it down there. He's got those baseball pants on. And here, round it there. We're almost done. Let me move my picture up a bit for you. And now I'm going to add a little bit of a line down here. And I'm going to add his shoe. And all I'm going to do is go out and around and then bring it back to the heel. Now there's no detail right now on this. I'm going to leave that up to you to add. And then this foot, come down and around, and I'm going outside my picture almost. Alright, so we've got him here. Now the shoes, I'm not really good with baseball shoes, but we can add another line down here. And I know they have cleats, so you can just give an indication of something cleat-like. I'm using kind of like little triangles. And what else do they have on those shoes? Well, we'll have to look for details because I'm not really certain what details they have on the shoes. Now here we can go back up to his face, maybe a little nose, maybe a little mouth. I don't think we see his eyes much because of the visor, but maybe I can make some hair coming out like that. And if you want to add a little bit more detail for the finger here, I'll move this down. You can see I'm just doing bump, 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 and just making a little line like that, just to give a little detail for the hands. All right, so we could add a lot more detail here. I'm going to leave that up to you, but I can't wait to see your batter.